Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So did you finish doing all the numericals, examples, solved examples on page number 38? Okay, I had told you which one are important ones. Then we studied about Ohm's law, we studied about resistivity. Okay, now today we are moving on to the next topic. That means what will happen if some resistors are connected in series and some resistors are connected in parallel. Okay, resistors connected in series and resistors connected in parallel. First we will see resistors connected in series. Okay, now what do you mean by series connection? Series connection means when the resistors are connected one after the other, one after the other. You may see this is one resistor, that is R1, this is another resistor, that is R2, and this is another resistor, that is R3. There are three resistors which are connected to each other one after the other. Okay, that is said to be a series connection. So you may see here, when the resistors are connected one after the other, they are connected in series. You could get a question, what is meant by series connection? What is series connection? When the resistors are connected in series, it is said to be a series connection. Or when the resistors are connected one after the other, one behind each other, then it is said to be resistors in series. Now when three resistors are connected in series, when the resistors are connected in series, not only three, whatever number it may be, okay, when they are connected in series, the current flowing through all these three will be the same. The value of current flowing through all these three will be the same, but their potential difference will be different. You have to note this. Okay, you have to keep this in mind. When the resistors are connected in series, the current flowing through the resistors is the same, but the potential difference is different. That means the potential difference between this point and this point. Okay, so you may see the potential difference between this point and this point, and if you take the potential difference here, okay, so this is voltmeter, and if you take the potential difference here, then let us take this as V1, let us take this as V2, and let us take this as V3. V1 won't be equal to V2, won't be equal to V3. It depends upon the resistors. Okay, have you understood the first point? So the first point is that when the resistors are connected in series, the current flowing through all these resistors will be the same, but the potential difference will be different. That means the current flowing will be I. The value will be the same. Okay, now we'll see here. Suppose there are three resistors R1, R2, R3 connected in series in a circuit. The current flowing through each resistor is the same, but the potential difference V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So we know that V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. The total potential difference across CD will be the one across R1 plus the one across R2 plus the one across R3. So total V from here till here, the V will be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, but according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. We know the equation V is equal to IR. So V1 will be equal to, so what will be V1? V1 will be IR1. V1 will be IR1, V2 will be IR2, and V3 will be IR3. Okay, now substituting this in this equation, instead of V I have written IR. Okay, V is equal to IR. So instead of V I have written IR. Instead of V1 I have written IR1. Instead of V2 IR2. Instead of V3 IR3. Okay, so it will be IR is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Here you may see I is common. I is common. So I have taken I as common outside. So it will become IR is equal to I into R1 plus R2 plus R3. R1 plus R2 plus R3 is in brackets. Now you may cancel I because they are the same. Okay. So we can cancel it. So the equation becomes R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay, so if you are connecting three resistors in series, I repeat, if you are connecting three resistors in series, then the effective resistance, the total resistance will be the sum of the individual resistances. That means R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is for 3 resistors. Now consider we are connecting too many number of resistors. Then the equation will be RS, where S stands for series. RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus plus Rn, where N stand for the nth number of resistance. Nth could be 1000th, 2000th or 500 or 10 or 5 or so. Okay, so R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 plus R5 plus R6 plus whatever number of resistors are there, you are connected. Okay, whatever number of resistors you are connecting, that much, all of them, the resistances, you may total it, you may add it, that will be the total resistance in the circuit. So here there is a circuit, there are three resistances R1, R2, R3. It is connected to a key. Key is the switch to switch on or switch off, and this is the cell. This is ammeter to measure what? Current, and this is voltmeter to measure potential difference. So in our textbook they have shown only one voltmeter. Okay, that voltmeter you can remove it and check it here and check it here. That is why they haven't shown it, to prevent confusion. Okay, but the potential difference here, here and here, it is different. Now this is a 5-mark question. With diagram you have to write whatever has been given in the textbook. You may see on page number 39 from where you have to write, okay, the three resistors. Sorry, before that, the value of current is I and the potential difference between C and D is V. The three resistors R1, R2 and R3 are connected in series in the circuit. If V1, V2 and V3 are the potential differences of every resistor R1, R2 and R3 respectively, then V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. From there till the end, RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus plus Rn. Till there you will have to write. Okay, for those who are finding it difficult, you may write this much. You have to draw the diagram, and minimum this much is required. Okay, minimum this much. You have to write this statement first. When the resistors are connected one after the other, they are connected in series. Suppose there are three resistors R1, R2, R3 connected in series in a circuit. The current flowing through each resistor is the same, but the potential difference V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. And the calculation till here you will have to write. You may copy this in your notebook. Now we may move on to if resistors are connected in series. Okay, so on page number 40, what are the characteristics of resistors connected in series? The same current flows through each resistor. There are 5 points given. I have shown those 5 points. What do they mean by those points? The first statement is the same current flows through each resistor. This I had explained when I explained the derivation. Okay, the same current flows through the resistor. That means the current flowing through R1 will be I. The value will be the same as that of for R2. the effective resistance of the resistors is equal to the sum of their individual resistances. That means this is the effective resistance, the total resistance, that is the effective resistance. So Rs is equal to sum of the individual resistors. So whatever number of resistors you are going to join, that number of resistors, all of them you have to add them. Okay, so that is the effective resistance. So what will be the effective resistance? The effective resistance will be the sum of the resistors of the individual resistances, sum of the individual resistances, sum of the values. If this is 1, if this is 2, if this is 3, you have to add those 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, now the next is, the potential difference between the two extremes of the arrangement is equal to the sum of the potential difference across the individual resistors. Now I told you the potential difference across each resistors will be different, and the total potential difference will be equal to the sum of the potential difference across individual resistors. That means V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. V is the total potential difference, V1 is the potential difference across R1, V2 is the potential difference across R2, V3 is the potential difference across R3 and so on. Okay, now the next, the effective resistance is larger than the individual resistances. That means this answer which you will be getting, okay, this answer which you will be getting, that will be more than individual resistances. That means if R is 1, if R1, if I am telling you, if R1 is equal to 1, R2 is equal to 2 and R3 is equal to 4. Consider. So what will be Rs? Rs will be equal to 1 plus 2 plus 4. That will be 7. Okay. 7 means it is more than 1, it is more than 2, it is more than 4. That means the effective resistance will be larger than the individual resistances. And the last one, this arrangement is used to increase the resistance in the circuit. So if you want to increase the resistance in a circuit, you may connect the resistors in series. Okay, so these are the characteristics. Even this is a 5-mark question. Now towards the right, there is a do you know box in the textbook. You may see, when resistors are connected in series, they are connected one after the other. If any one of them breaks, there is no flow of electricity. Okay, if any one of them breaks, for example, you might have seen lighting during Diwali. There are arrangements, lightings shown where the bulbs are arranged one after the other. Okay, if any one of them goes off, the complete lighting goes off. Okay, why? Because they are connected in series. Okay, because they are connected in series. I will read out. If two bulbs are connected in series, they will both give less light than if they had been connected individually. If one light you are connecting, it will give more light. Okay, and if on two bulbs you are connecting, then it will give less light. Okay, if they are connected in series. If 3 bulbs are connected in series, their light output will decrease further. What happens? Why does this happen? Because the potential difference is getting distributed. If there is only one bulb, then the complete potential difference it is getting, the single bulb is getting the complete potential difference. When you are connecting 2 bulbs, the potential difference is getting distributed. It becomes V is equal to V1 plus V2 by then. So as the potential difference is less, okay, they are getting is different, the light will be decreased. Okay, so the answer, there is a question below that, what is the reason behind it? You may write the answer. When 2 bulbs are connected in series, their effective resistance increases. When 2 bulbs are connected in series, their effective resistance increases and their potential difference get divided across them Okay, and the potential difference get divided across them. Full stop. Hence, each bulb gives less light. Okay, each bulb gets less light. I repeat the answer. When two bulbs are connected in series, their effective resistance increases and their potential difference get divided across them. Hence, each bulb gives less light. This is a 2-mark question which was asked in some of the schools. Okay, so you may mark this question, underline it, write the answer and keep. So these are the characteristics of resistors connected in series. Now there are two solved examples below that you may see. The first one, three resistors having resistances 15 ohm, 3 ohm and 4 ohm are connected in series. What is the effective resistance? What is the equation to find out effective resistance? Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. You have to just add those numbers, that is 15 plus 3 plus 4, that will give you 22 ohms. Okay. Now the next example, two resistors having resistances 16 ohm and 14 ohm are connected in series. If a potential difference of 18 ohm or 18 volts is applied across them, calculate the current flowing through the circuit and potential difference across the end of each individual resistor. Okay, so they have given the total potential difference as 18 volts and they have given the value of two resistors, that means R1 and R2 they have given and V they have given. So I have written it here. This is R1. R1 is equal to 16 ohm, R2 is equal to 14 ohms. Rs will be equal to 16 plus 14, that is equal to 30 ohms. Okay, now let the current be I. You know that the current passing is the same. Let the current be I and the potential difference be V. We know that V is equal to V1 plus V2, which is given as 18 volts. In the question they have given the total potential difference is 18 volts. So we can find out I from that equation. V is equal to IR. We know the equation, V is equal to IR according to Ohm's law. Therefore, I will be equal to V upon R. So 18 upon 30, that will be 0.6 ampere. So the current we are getting it as 0.6 ampere. Now we will find out V1. What is V1? V1 is equal to IR1. So it is 0.6 is I into R1 is 16. So this 16, you will get the answer 9.6 volts. Okay, and V2 is equal to IR2. So V2 is equal to I is 0.6, R2 is 14. By multiplying you will get it as 8.4 volts. These questions have been solved in the textbook. You could get those questions in your tests. Okay, you may copy this. Now the next is resistors connected in parallel. So we studied about series connection. What is series connection? When the resistors are connected one after the other, okay, then it is said to be series connection. Here this is parallel connection. There are three resistors, R1, R2, R3. Okay, they are held together one below the other and then they are joined together. Okay, they are held one below the other and then they are joined together. That is said to be parallel connection. Okay, so they are connected to a common joint. So what is parallel connection? We will see. Resistors are said to be connected in parallel when their ends are connected at both sides to a common joint. So there is a common joint C and D. So there are three resistors R1, R2, R3. They are connected together to a common joint, that is CD. Now when the resistors are connected in in parallel, then what is the importance? You may see the potential difference is the same and the current will be different. When they are connected in series, the current is the same and potential difference is different. And when they are connected in parallel, the current is different and the potential difference is the same. Okay, so suppose there are three resistors R1, R2, R3 connected to points C and D. The potential difference V is the same and the current I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. In case of series connection, it was V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Why? Because when the resistors are connected in series, the current is the same, potential difference is different, and when the resistors are connected in parallel, the potential difference is the same and the current is different. Now, we know that I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So, I is equal to V upon R. So, by substituting, instead of I have written V upon R. Instead of I1, it will be V upon R1. Okay, why I didn't write V1 upon R1? Because the potential difference across C and D is the same. So, it is I1 is equal to V1 upon R1, I2 is equal to V1 upon R2 and I3 is equal to, V upon R3. Okay, so I is equal to V upon R, I1 is equal to V upon R1, I2 is equal to V upon R2, I3 is equal to V upon R3. So, substituting these values, we will get V upon R is equal to V into V is taken as common, V into 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. V and V got cancelled. So, the equation comes to 1 upon Rp is equal to, from where did this P come from? Okay, P means parallel. Okay, so 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. That means the equation is 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 plus plus 1 upon Rn. This is the equation when the resistors are connected in series. Even this is a 5-mark question in your textbook on page number 41 with the heading resistors in parallel till the end of the page. That is this equation. 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 till 1 upon Rn. Till there you will have to write. Okay. For those who find it difficult, you may draw this diagram and write this much. Okay, so you may copy this in your notebook. Now the next we will see the characteristics. If a number of resistors are connected in parallel on page number 42. Okay, page number 42. The first one is the inverse of the effective resistance is equal to the sum of the inverses of individual resistances. What do you mean by inverse? You know the meaning of inverse according to indices. So 1 upon Rp. What is the inverse of M? It is 1 upon M. So what is the inverse of Rp? It will be 1 upon Rp. So they have told that the inverse of the effective resistance is equal to the sum of the inverse of individual resistances. That means 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 plus till 1 upon Rn. Okay. Now the next is the current flowing through an individual resistance is proportional to the inverse of its resistance. That means I is inversely proportional to the resistance and the total current flowing through the circuit is the sum of the currents flowing through individual resistors. That means I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. The total current flowing through the circuit is the sum of the current flowing through individual resistors. So in the diagram which we had drawn, you might have noticed that there are 3 ammeters. Okay, there are 3 ammeters connected to each and every resistor because the current is different, and there is only 1 voltmeter because the potential difference is the same. Okay. Now the third one, the potential difference across the end of all resistors is the same. The potential difference is the same. Next, the effective resistance of resistors connected in parallel is less than the least resistance of the individual resistors. I will give you an example. Let R1 be 2 ohm and R2 also be 2 ohm. Okay, R1 is equal to 2 ohm, R2 is 2 ohm. So there are two resistors of 2 ohm each which are connected in parallel. Now we have to calculate the effective resistors, effective resistance when they are connected in parallel with the equation 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Okay, so what is R1? R1 is equal to 2. What is R2? R2 is equal to 2. So this will be 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2, that is half plus half. So this will be equal to 1. Okay, 1 upon 1. So Rp is equal to 1 upon Rp is equal to 1. Therefore Rp will be equal to 1. Okay, Rp will be equal to 1. So what will be 1? 1 is less than 2, less than 2. So it is less than R1 and less than R2. That is the meaning of that sentence. Okay, so they want to tell that the effective resistance will be less than the value of individual resistances. Okay, now the last one. This arrangement is used to reduce the resistance in a circuit. This type of arrangement is used to reduce the resistance in the circuit. That means if we want to reduce the resistance, we may connect the resistors in parallel. Okay, so these are the characteristics of resistors connected in parallel. Okay, now we may move on to the solved example. First one, resistors having resistances of 15 ohm, 20 ohm and 10 ohm are connected in parallel. What is the effective resistance of the circuit? So you may see they have given 3 resistors. The solved example 1, 3 resistors 15 ohm, 20 ohm and 10 ohm. Okay, so equation is 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So 1 upon 15 plus 1 upon 20 plus 1 upon 10. Now here you have to take the LCM. How will you calculate the LCM? Hope you remember it. 15, 20, 10. You have to divide it by a common number. Okay, 2. So this will be 3, 1, 4, 2. 2, 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 1, 1. So what will be the LCM? It is 5 3s are 15, 15 2s are 30, 30 2s are 60. So the LCM will be 60. You may see in the textbook they have got the LCM 60. How to calculate with LCM? This you had studied in earlier standards. You may revise it. So this value is 60. 1 upon 15. 15 how much are 60? 15 4s are 60. 20 how much are 60? 23s are 60. 10 how much are 60? 10 6 are 60. Okay, I repeat, 15 into 4 is equal to 60. 20 into 3 is equal to 60. And 10 into 6 is equal to 60. So 15 4s are 60, 23s are 60 and 10 6 are 60. Okay, you have to find out the LCM. Okay, you have took the LCM and calculated. So you'll get it as 4 plus 3 plus 6 upon 60. That means it is 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 6 13. So 13 upon 60. Okay, 13 upon 60. This is equal to 1 upon Rp. Here you may see we have taken 1 upon Rp. So what will be Rp upon 1? Therefore Rp will be equal to 60 upon 13. Okay, Rp will be equal to 60 upon 13. That is 4.615. That is 4.615 ohms. Now you may see this value is 4.6. This 4.6 is less than 15. It is less than 20. It is less than 10. Okay, so the effective resistance will be less than the individual resistances. Okay, you may copy this in your notebook. Now the next example, 3 resistors having resistances 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 30 ohm are connected in parallel, and a potential difference of 12 volt is applied across them. Obtain the current flowing through the circuit and through individual resistors. What is the effective resistance in the circuit? So they have given the individual resistors. You may see R1 5 ohm, R2 10 ohm, R3 30 ohm, and the potential difference they have given it as 12 volt. So I1, you have to find out I1 because the current flowing across each of the resistors will be different. So what will be I1? I1 will be equal to V upon R1, I2 will be equal to V upon R2, I3 will be equal to V upon R3. So I1 is equal to V upon R1, that is 12 upon 5, that is 2.4 ampere. I2 is equal to V upon R2, that is 12 upon 10, that is 1.2 ampere. I3 is equal to V upon R3, that is 12 upon 30, which is equal to 0.4 ampere. So total current I will be equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. That means 2.4 plus 1.2 plus 0.4, that is 4 ampere. And 1 upon Rp, total resistance. How to find out the effective resistance when they are connected in parallel? The equation is 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Okay, here as there are 3 resistors. So the equation comes to 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 30. Now here we will calculate the LCM. How will you calculate the LCM? 5, 10, 30. Okay, we will take 5, it will be 1, 2 and 6. So next is 2, 1, 1, 3. So 3, 1, 1, 1. So what will be the LCM? The LCM will be 5 2s are 10, 10 3s are 30. So it comes to 30. Okay, LCM is 30. 5, how much are 30? 6 are 30. So I will write 6 here. 10, how much are 30? 10 3s are 30. So I will write 3 here. 30, how much are 30? 31s are 30. So I will write 1 here. Where did this plus come from? These plus. Okay, this plus. Okay, so it will come to 6 plus 3 plus 1 upon 30. That will be 10 upon 30. So what will be? Rp equal to, Rp will be equal to 30 upon 10. That will be equal to 3 ohm. Okay, that will be 3 ohm. So the effective resistance will be 3 ohm. Now you may see that this 3 is smaller than 5, it is smaller than 10, it is smaller than 30. So the effective resistance will be less than the individual resistors. Okay, so this is about resistors in parallel. So today we have learnt resistors in series and resistors in parallel. Now we will compare resistors in series and resistors in parallel. Before that, just write down the homework. Derive an expression for resistors connected in series and derive an expression for resistors connected in parallel. This you have to do for homework. You may write whatever I had written on the board. Okay, you may copy this. Now this is the comparison between resistors in series and resistors in parallel. First is the same current flows through the each and every resistor when they are connected in series. Okay, when they are connected in parallel, the potential difference between them is the same. The second one is when they are connected in series, the effective resistance is the sum of individual resistances, and when they are connected in parallel, the inverse of the effective resistance is the sum of inverse of the individual resistances. Okay, so Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus dot plus Rn. Here it is 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus dot plus 1 upon Rn. Now the third one is the potential difference. The total potential difference is the sum of the potential difference across each resistors. that is V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 and so on. And here the total current is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 and so on. So here the effective resistance is greater than the individual resistances, okay, because we are totaling it. Here the effective resistance will be less than the individual resistances. This type of connection is used to increase the resistance in the circuit, and this type of connection is used to decrease the resistance in the circuit, okay. These are the differences between resistors connected in series and resistors connected in parallel, okay. You cannot write like this. If you are asked a question in your test in your schools, you have to write the statements, okay. You have to write the statements. The statements are there in the notes, and it is there on page number 40 and page number 42. If resistors are connected in series and if resistors are connected in parallel, there are two boxes. I have explained those boxes with the help of formulas, that's all. But you have to write the statements. Now on page number 41, I left a box. Even if any one of the several bulbs connected in parallel becomes non-functional because of some damage to its filament, the circuit does not break as the circuit flows through the other paths, okay. So when they are connected in parallel, even if one bulb goes off, the other bulbs will glow, okay. But if several bulbs are connected in series, if one bulb goes off, the complete circuit will go off, okay. The any of the bulb won't glow if they are connected in series. But if they are connected in parallel, even if one goes off, the others will glow. So this is the importance of resistors connected in series and resistors connected in parallel. There are 5-mark questions in this lecture. The first one is derive an expression when the resistors are connected in series. With diagram you have to explain whatever I have written on the board. Next is derive an expression when the resistors are connected in parallel. With diagram you have to explain. Otherwise, the 5 points: what are the characteristics of resistors connected in series, what are the characteristics of resistors connected in parallel, and the last, distinguish between resistors connected in series and resistors connected in parallel, plus the solved examples, okay. At least example 1 in both the cases are very important. You may study it today itself, okay. Thank you.